Stay savage, your boy Shino Bentro was popping. Today we are back, and guess what? We're back with another video. This time we're going to be talking about the boy Boruto and his relationships. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking I'm talking about relationships in terms of shipping Boruto with Samide or Sarada or some shit like that. But no, I ain't talking about ships right now. I mean, at this point in time, I don't think that's really important because we still have a lot of development for Boruto as well as Sarada as well as Sumire to take place before they actually get into that. So today I'm going to be talking about Boruto's relationships in terms of rivals. The reason why I want to speak upon this because Boruto is somebody that we want to see improve, and if you guys look at him in the manga, he is somebody who is constantly trying to improve as a ninja. But if you look at him in the anime, you see him as a kid who just wants to prove himself to his dad by any means. It doesn't mean like, you know, I'm gonna go out and train. I would just get the scientific ninja tool and I'll prove myself. And the reason for that is because Boruto doesn't technically have a true rival. So if you guys are excited about today's video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's get it.
All of these people, they down to rot. Look in my eyes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
So looking at Boruto, it really sucks because right now we see Boruto as this kid who always trying to prove himself and, you know, show that he wants to be strong, but we don't necessarily see him training. And like, obviously this may be a push that we can see start to develop later on in the future, that we eventually see Boruto want to push himself to go farther and shit like that in order to prove himself to his dad, and that makes him wants to progress further as a ninja. It makes him takes his training very seriously. But one thing's different from Naruto as well as Sasuke. Like, in terms of his personality, he's a mixture of Naruto as well as Sasuke. In terms of Sasuke, he has that lust for power and he constantly wants to get stronger. But the thing is, Sasuke and Naruto had each other, and what I mean by that is Naruto always looked at Sasuke as a rival, as his competition, as somebody he had to prove himself to, or somebody he had to get approval from. Now if you look at the boy Boruto doesn't necessarily have anybody like that. If you look at Boruto's friend group, if you look at a lot of people from the new generation, a lot of people that hang around Boruto, a lot of people seem to be just pleased with Boruto's personality and not necessarily looking to strive to go further as ninja. Because if you think about it, most of the ninja that we see in the academy are only ninja due to their parents being like the original Konoha 11 and shit like that. Obviously Sumire is a different case, as well as like the other two filler girls that she hang with. You know, clearly those two are just kind of there just to be there essentially. Like, Sumire was a rogue ninja, so it was kind of like something that she knew was going to happen. Like, her dad was a rogue ninja, shall I say. I don't want to say she's a rogue ninja. Her dad was a rogue ninja or whatever, and he worked with Danzo under like the darkness of the Anbu and shit like that. And you know, she was a refugee, so that was kind of something that forced her into becoming a ninja, because she was following the legacy of her parent. Versus, you know, we have people like the filler girls who are just in the ninja academy just because, so to say. Now Denki wants to go and become a ninja because he thinks they are cool, but if you look at people like Shikadai, you know, Inojin, you see they are forced into it due to their parents originally being like the Konoha 11, some of the greatest shinobi in the village. Like, we even see Shikadai talk about how Tamari is forcing him to go into the Chunin exams. So these kids are not necessarily people that Boruto would want to train with or want to get stronger with. Essentially, the only person that we see want to train and just constantly surpass their limits on a daily basis would be Metal Lee, and that's only due to the fact that he has the same personality as Rock Lee. But if you look at everybody else, you never see anybody truly wanting to train. Like, you don't see them training to non-stop prove themselves to Boruto, or Boruto training non-stop to prove himself to them. Like, if you guys see Iwabi, when Iwabi's first introduced, Iwabi also wants to prove himself as a ninja because he got kept back, and you know, a lot of people didn't believe in him and they made fun of him due to him being like older and shit like that, and him sucking at like the written work, and, you know, in terms of electronics and shit like that, the stuff that Denki was good at. But at the same token, you know, at some point or another, they talk about doing better together. They don't talk about surpassing each other. We had this rivalry with Naruto and Sasuke, where Naruto always wanted to surpass Sasuke. He always wanted to be better than Sasuke. He wanted to tell everybody that he was a stronger ninja than Sasuke. Once Naruto found out that Sasuke learned a new jutsu, you know, Naruto ran off with Jiraiya to learn a new jutsu. Or once he found out Sasuke was getting stronger, he ran off with somebody else to train to get stronger. Same thing with Sasuke. Sasuke saw Naruto as a threat. He saw Naruto as somebody that constantly kept stepping up. You know, when he wasn't able to defeat Gaara and Naruto came and defeated Gaara, he sucked out Orochimaru to get stronger because of the fact that he knew that Naruto was eventually catching up to him. And at one point Naruto did surpass him, but then obviously Sasuke started training again to surpass Naruto. And then we see Hashirama and Madara both have the same like type of rivalry, and we see these people always want to surpass each other and keep getting stronger and progress like that, as well as Obito and Kakashi Sensei. But if you look at Boruto, who is really like that with Boruto? Now, a few different arguments can be brought to the table saying is, you know, Boruto had a relationship with Kagura and they seemed like they both was like rivals to a certain degree. But if you think about it, you know, Kagura was only there for a brief moment. They was only in that area for like that school trip. And if you think about it also, you don't see them two competing with each other. You see those both trying to do well as a whole. You know, he's trying to basically live out his life and not be in the shadow of the previous Mizukage that was like his grandfather and that was like of the bloody mist, and everybody wanted him to be just like him. You know what I'm saying? They wanted him to be manipulated like how the Mizukage was. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to see Kagura go down that dark path, and it's one of the same things that we see with Boruto. Boruto don't want to be in the shadow of Naruto, but you know, they both telling each other that we both gotta do good. That way we get accepted as our own people and we won't be referred to as, you know, the grandson of the Mizukage or the son of the Hokage. So it's not necessarily a rivalry, but a more of a both of them trying to step out of the shadows of like their predecessors or like the people that they have to live under and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got this big ass title over Naruto, so obviously the title's over Boruto too. Then you got this big ass title over the Mizukage as the Bloody Mist, you know, and then that title trickles down to Kagura. So it's not necessarily a rivalry. They're not like competing to get better or like proving themselves to each other to see who's stronger. Then the same thing goes with Iwabi. You know, obviously when Iwabi was introduced, you know, Boruto and him had that fight, but like the fight didn't necessarily, you know, prove a lot of things. It didn't prove that they were sitting there training to get stronger, but they was proving that they needed to work together eventually. You know, once Iwabi saw that Boruto wouldn't give up even though he was weak or he was a lot like slower than him or weaker than him in terms of taijutsu, and you know, Boruto wanted to prove the point that look, I'm my own person regardless of me being the Hokage's son. You know, that earned the respect of Iwabi, but you don't see those two always training to surpass each other. And on top of that, you have people in his unit like Sarada and Mitsuki who always are constantly trying to get stronger and progressively get stronger, but it's not necessarily under the tone of I want to surpass Boruto or I want to be stronger than Boruto. You know, Sarada has her own ambitions of wanting to become Hokage. You know, Boruto has his own ambitions as wanting to protect her. You know, Mitsuki, he's always on like his own Orochimaru shit, but the thing is, Mitsukis are a lot stronger than him already. There is no true rivalry between these guys more than like they get along. They're like a family. They're not like that real like, you know, I gotta be stronger than you type shit. And honestly, I think this is a really pivotal factor that is missing from the Boruto series, because as you guys are gonna start to see the Boruto series develop, you know, you're not gonna see Boruto have a true rival. You know, obviously a lot of people would like to say Sarada is his true rival, but at the same token, if you look at her, he's more of a support system to her. She's more of a support system to him versus, you know, them two always trying to get better than each other. Now, we had the boys versus girl type shit, but it wasn't necessarily to the degree where we would always see them clash. Like, if you guys remember Sasuke and Naruto, they always argue. The whole argument was, I'm gonna be stronger than you, Sasuke. You think you so cool, Sasuke. You know, Naruto, you think you this. Naruto, you think you that. Naruto, you're an idiot. You're a failure. You're this. You're that. You know, Naruto wanted to prove him wrong. You know, that was the initial rivalry. You know, we had that right off the beginning. Obviously, people say, you know, oh, well, you gotta wait till Kawaki pops up. You gotta wait till this and that pops up. But you gotta think about it, dog. When the anime starts, you always look for that rival. Like, when you look at Black Clover, you see Asta, you see Yuna. When you look at Boku no Hero, you see Deku and you see Kachan. You know what I'm saying? You see these two people always in competition with each other the whole entire time to prove who is a better person. Like, obviously, in the beginning of Boku no Hero, Deku didn't have an ability, so that was one thing, you know, that we really didn't get to see, like, right off the bat. But obviously, it developed into that, you know, within, like, the first 10, 15 episodes. You know, obviously, once he got the power, Deku was, like, strong, and Kachan was trying to figure out why, you know, and then he saw him as a rival. Then we saw Todoroki get picked up as that same type of rival. But if you look at, like, Boruto doesn't really have that type of rivalry with anybody, and there's nobody that necessarily says, hey, I want to be stronger than Boruto. Hey, I want to surpass Boruto. Hey, I want to beat Boruto. Now, clearly in the Chunin exams, we see Shikadai, you know, trying to prove that he's obviously stronger, and a lot of people are trying to prove themselves as worthy of becoming Chunin, but that's due to the testing. You know, that's not due to a true rivalry. You know, it's not due to wanting to pass them up. If you guys remember, Naruto wanted to pass all of his tests to become Hokage. You know, he also wanted to pass all his tests so he could surpass Sasuke and prove to everybody that he wasn't a failure. You know, that was like a rivalry in his own, like him proving himself to everybody else. You know, versus Boruto is only just trying to prove it to his dad. Now, I get it, at the same token, that could be like a rivalry, but it's not necessarily a rivalry because Boruto is not dependent on his power. He's not dependent on his own like work. He's not using his own like tools as a shinobi. He's not utilizing his ninjutsu, he's not utilizing his attacks, he's not utilizing his physical strength or shit like that. Once you pull out a fucking scientific ninja tool, you know, it's pretty much easy cake, especially when you're going up against little kids. You know, you gotta think about it. A lot of them are smart, they're more like adapt in terms of ninja ability because they are the next generation, but at the same token, like, you gotta look at what they're up against in terms of that ninja, scientific ninja tool. You can pull out a Rasengan, you can pull out wind style, you can pull out water style, you can pull out light style, you can throw fucking shurikens, all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So this thing puts them at a big disadvantage. On top of that, Boruto is noted as a genius regardless of him having that tool, but if you guys look at his personality and his characteristics, he still struggles regardless of being a genius due to the fact that he doesn't train enough, or he doesn't really have that true rival to push him to the edge, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually Kawaki will appear, and I think that's when the true rivalry is going to start, because I feel as though Kawaki and Boruto are going to become really good friends, and then everybody's going to see Kawaki as somebody that's strong, and then a lot of people are going to start to look up to Kawaki once Kawaki gets involved in the village. Maybe this is just speculation at this moment, but I feel as though, you know, Boruto is going to want to strive to be like Kawaki, or even surpass like the limits of Kawaki. Right now it's more so just trying to surpass his dad, but like that's only due to the expectations that his dad has laid before him. You know, Naruto became the great hero, you know what I'm saying? Naruto saved people from the moon crashing into the world. Naruto fought against Madara. Naruto did all these different fucking things. He fought the Pain arc, you know, he did a lot of shit. He fought against Zabuza. Naruto been known and been putting in this merit for a long time, so obviously Boruto has to, you know, fight and stand up and try to prove himself against that. But it's not necessarily like a rivalry, essentially, you know, more so just trying to live up to someone's expectation, you know, because, you know, there's a high expectation of them, so they have a high expectation of you, essentially. You know, we don't see Boruto with the nitty-gritty like Madara and Hashirama was always trying to fight, or always sparring, trying to get better, or Itachi with Shisui, who was constantly training, trying to improve themselves to get to the next level, or Naruto and Sasuke, who was originally training with each other in the beginning, but went down different paths and trained with different people in order to come back to prove to each other who was stronger. In terms of that, we don't see that with Boruto. You know, we see him train with Konohamaru a little bit to learn the Rasengan to get accepted by Sasuke, but it's only due to his father's approval. Then he trains with Sasuke a bit, but at the same token, we don't see him necessarily training to prove himself to another person in terms of physical ability, or to be better than that person, you know? So let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions on you feeling like if Boruto doesn't have a rival, or, you know, he needs a true rival in the series. Because right now, I feel as though Boruto doesn't have a rival right now. Like, as if, like, what we know in terms of the manga, in terms of the show, it's no real rivals. If you look at Kawaki, you know, obviously Kawaki is going to be that big challenge, but, like, you know, in order for Kawaki to be like a Sasuke type of a character or a feature to the series, they would have to have like this type of rivalry that goes until like beyond time, you know what I'm saying? They would have to be trying to like build up and trying to constantly get stronger and stronger, but like we don't see that with them. We just see, you know, this friendship, and then quote unquote they fight, you know. We don't see the rivalry. Now obviously it's due to the fact that we don't have that type of fucking shit out right now. We don't have the manga and stuff out right now. But if you look at like the anime, you know, you would think that Kawaki would be introduced early on as Boruto's rival, and that would be able to push the idea of them two going down different paths. But you know, he comes like later on after the fact, you know, like after the tuning exams, like way past that, you know, like 4 arcs probably passed, because you guys know they're extending the tuning exams and shit like that. So we don't know what's actually going to take place. We do know we're going to get some filler. So let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions in the comment section below. And with that being said, my name is Shino Ventura. Stay true and stay real. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and until next time, see you guys later. Bye, gang gang, I'm out.